Chapter 2. The First Suspicion. The corridors of Ashcroft Manor seemed quieter that morning, though not with peace. It was the kind of hush that follows a storm, a silence that waits to be broken. Miss Marple walked slowly through the wide hallways, her eyes tracing the patterns in the stone floors, the shadows cast by tall windows, the hurried glances exchanged whenever a servant passed her way. The library door stood ajar. She stepped inside once more, the smell of extinguished candles lingering faintly in the air. It was here, under the spiral staircase, that Sir Lionel had fallen. The family insisted on calling it an accident. But Miss Marple could not rid herself of the memory of those hardened wax strips on the rug, of the half-pulled book, of the faint scuff marks carved into the oak banister. These were not the careless remnants of a stumble, they were traces of design. She knelt near the base of the stairs. In the morning light, something glimmered faintly. An almost invisible thread of silk caught between the stair rail and the baluster. Pale silver, delicate, like a torn thread from a costume. A masquerade costume. She pinched it gently between her fingers and tucked it into her handkerchief. From the doorway came a voice. "You look as though you expect the stairs themselves to confess." It was Victor Pembroke, his tone light, his smile too polished. He leaned against the doorframe, hands tucked in his pockets. "We are all grieving, you know. Perhaps it is best not to search for monsters where none exist." Miss Marple's gaze was calm, almost kind. "Monsters," she said softly, "rarely appear as such. They are usually quite presentable, even charming." Victor's smile faltered just enough for her to notice. He cleared his throat, muttered something about breakfast, and slipped away. Later in the drawing room, Miss Marple listened quietly as the family spoke of the tragedy. Henry was sharp, defensive. "The inspector has already concluded his report. There is no need for more speculation. Father slipped. That is the end of it." Lady Constance pressed her lips together. "Perhaps," she murmured, though her eyes betrayed doubt. Clara dabbed her eyes with a lace handkerchief, murmuring, "I thought I heard voices in the library before it happened." Her words hung in the air, heavy with implication. "Voices?" Miss Marple asked gently. "You are certain?" Clara hesitated. Her fingers trembled as she twisted her handkerchief. "Perhaps I was mistaken. The music was loud. It could have been an echo." But Miss Marple noted the way Henry's gaze cut sharply toward his sister, silencing her before she could say more. That evening, Miss Marple requested permission to walk the manor gardens. Alone among the clipped hedges and statues, she reflected on what she had heard. Clara's half-spoken admission, the silk thread from the staircase, the nervousness of Victor, the tension of Henry, the trembling hands of Lady Constance. One fact was certain. Sir Lionel had not fallen by chance. Miss Marple clasped her hands together, eyes narrowing as she gazed at the dark outline of the manor against the fading sky. Somewhere within those walls lay the truth. And she, as always, would find it, not by force, but by patience, by listening, by watching the tiniest details others cast aside. The masquerade had ended in death, but the performance of lies and half-truths had only just begun.